Good day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mr. Go channel. So how do you plan for a planned response? This is the most important question that we will be exploring today. So are you ready? Let's go! So what is it? It is actually part 1 of paper 4 if you're not sure, and what it does is that it requires candidates to plan and deliver a response of up to 2 minutes to a video clips and accompany prompt presented on a computer screen, and after which they are assessed on their ability to present their ideas and opinions fluently and effectively to engage the listener. So we have 15 marks allocated for this section out upon 30, that is almost 50%, and you have approximately 5 minutes to plan. So why is this important? It is actually important because 10 out of your 15 marks or your 30 marks overall dedicated to content, and if you do not think of content and organize them, then you'll be in deep trouble. So let's take a look under content, band 5, which is nearly full marks. We are looking for a well-considered response which is well-developed and organized and uses a wide range of well-chosen vocabulary and structure. And more particularly, we are looking for something that is well developed and organized, and you cannot achieve that, or it is almost impossible to achieve that without planning. The keyword to look out for is being organized, just like Marie Kondo. How do you do that? How do you plan? We can definitely learn from note-taking strategies which you can apply to our planning. You are actually given paper and time to plan, and most importantly, we need to make use of the 5 minutes that are given. A general guidelines when you're doing note-taking is to take note of big ideas, where we have summary, overviews, conclusion, followed by the bullet points that you'll be listing, because there is no time for you to write in full sentences. Although some of you do prefer that. Next, we look at terms and definitions that you might want to define or come up with synonyms. And last but not least, we come up with examples, especially those of your own, where you learn to share your own experiences, your own ideas, your own adventures. There are a number of ways that we can plan. I am recommending 3 ways, and these are the outline method, the Cornell method, and the mind map method. The first method is the outline method. Basically what it does is that it organizes information in a highly structured and logical manner, which is what we want, right? Organized manner, and it's simple and it's something that's familiar to most of us. How do you do it? When you're given a paper, you come up with the main topic, followed by the subtopic, and followed by the thoughtful and supporting facts, experiences, your personal response, or perhaps it could be of global statistics or a quote.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
Next, we have another subtopic followed by fact 1, 2, 3. So this is how you organize an outline method, where you go by the main topic, subtopics, and subsequently supporting facts and figures. How do you use it? So you write the points in an organized manner based on the space indentation. You place major points furthest to the left, and then each more specific points further to the right, and the level of importance is basically the most important to the left and the not as important to the right. The outline method actually emphasizes on content as well as the relationship between the materials, and it reduces the time needed for editing and allows for easy reviewing, which is what you want. You say you have only 5 minutes. If you have like 30 minutes, I guess you can try other different more varied methods, but within a short time span of 5 minutes, this is essentially a time saver. So the formatting is key. After you have scribbled down all your points, make sure they are legible so you can read them, not an examiner. I will suggest that you format your points according to these suggestions, such as circling, underlining, and bracketing, because you don't really have access to highlighter, and if you have only a pencil or a pen, then what you might need is to learn how to circle, underline, and bracketing. What it means, it could be like perhaps the circling will be for the most important point, underlining could be for the supporting evidence. While each person can vary based on their own needs, and that is ultimately up to you to decide. Second method, the Cornell method. Cornell is a note-taking system that was used to take notes during lecture and is obviously named after Cornell University. That's why the Cornell method. This is a time-tested and effective method. So it's created by this person who is a lecturer, Walter Park. He's the author of How to Study in College, which is an excellent book which you should try reading because it really teaches you how to study better, and it's created in the 1950s. So how does it work? You have divided into 3 sections. You have the notes section on the right hand side. You have the keywords and comments section on the left hand side. You have the summary on the bottom. Okay, so how does it work? It looks like this. So you have your paper, line paper, you divide it into 3 sections. On the right step is step 1, step 2, and step 3. Step 1 is notes, step 2 is cues, step 3 is summary. Next, we record down the points that you have, and you record out the ideas, concise sentences, shorthand symbols, abbreviation, and lists. Next, for the cues, it's part where you start to reduce and concentrate on the main ideas. That is, to find questions to connect ideas, draw diagram, it will help you to see very quickly, and prompts to help you in your study, in this case, in your planning. So the diagrams could actually be a very excellent tool for you to recognize instantly and help you cue in on what you need to say, especially during your plan response. So you may not have time to scan through all the different sentences. Diagrams works because you need to speak to the examiner instead of reading your notes, while a picture says 1,000 words. So step 3, summary, where you reflect and review. So that will be for you to summarize your top main ideas, and for quick reference, this will be very good, especially when you just want a quick glance. You do not want to spend time looking through all the different ideas. Top main ideas is excellent for triggering and starting you off on the next point when you lose track of points. The advantage, this method has been extremely effective in a learning context in a school or university setting. It's a well-organized system if done right. Next, we have the mind map method. A powerful technique that records a central theme, links new or related ideas that radiates out from the center. And some say that it looks like trees or spider webs. It goes like this. We have a main theme here, which in this case will be time management. If let's say the question is on time management, you could even link it to diagrams, which helps you to see better if you were to speak about it. Next, you branch it out like this. You may want to branch out in a short time span. You might link to big ideas such as clarity, monitoring, or even go on to let go, the idea of letting go and becoming fearless. So all these ideas are important because at a quick glance you see the picture, you might be able to trigger the thoughts that you had initially to continue. Obviously you don't have time to color them, but this will be a good example. There are a number of apps actually you can use. There are Coggle for practice, MindMeister, and MindNote. There are a number of programs which are free or comes with trials that you can use, but in an exam format, pen and paper is king. So you do have to practice with pen and paper eventually, because in the examination you might not have access to all these different apps to help you. Ultimately, this allows the free flow of ideas. Advantage: mind mapping actually improve your creativity and productivity. According to one study, 92% of the respondents said they help to distill information and reach clarity faster, which is what you need, right? You need to be clear about your ideas and express them in a clear and succinct way. And mind maps help students to improve their knowledge, retention, and recall, which is helpful in a way because you might help you to retain the information later on when you speak to your examiner when you're planning. So you might not have to keep referring to your notes, which is quite distracting for the examiner actually.
There are many things we have to do to get this done.
So which one is the best method? That is the question that you probably will ask at this point after going through the 3 methods. My suggestion is to try it out. Try all the 3 different methods out and see which one works for you the best. Some will definitely have preference for one rather than the other, and it goes down to your individual preference. So one more thing.
No, small thing. A small thing.
At the end of your planning, make sure that you consolidate your thoughts. That is in the last 1 minute, because all your thoughts will be all over the place. You might want to consolidate them to ensure that your ideas are clear when you present to the examiner. Everyone will understand what you are saying. And insert sequence markers so that when you connect the ideas and consolidate them, they are in a clear sequenced manner, using words such as firstly, secondly, and last. And that is all. Thank you and have an awesome day.